It all started 2007 or 8 in our holiday home at Airy Bay. Jack was remembering me brewing beer in Sumner on the old coal range, and one thing led to another, and within a couple of days we had everything there, and we were mashing in there on the old stove. We were pretty rudimentary. We occasionally used a coffee grinder to grind up the barley, and wrecked a few coffee grinders doing that. The brew was absolutely superb. It was a lager. It tasted better than anything you'd ever taste anywhere. Boys were totally surprised. It was a lost art, I think, that they'd just found. And we came out to Christchurch, and they were quite fired up to brew beer and sell beer and build a brewery.
The very first thing we did was actually build a brewery, a wood-fired brewery, an entirely wood-fired brewery, 200 litres. We spent 3 months building that, me and Joe.
We assembled it in what's now the brewery building in Garlands Road.
Back then, there was just literally me and Joe and Dad, and me and Joe were brewing.
We started putting in 500ml returnable bottles with flip tops and selling it at the farmers market. Everyone loved it.
It wasn't long after we started bottling by hand that we employed our first brewer, so it wasn't Zach or I brewing anymore, or Alistair, and he really moved the standards significantly along. He developed some of the beers we still have today.
The boys sort of made money out of it, enough to probably make a job each for them, which they were doing. And the earthquake didn't really help. In fact, after the earthquake, there was no one to sell beer to and no pubs left this side of town, nothing to do. And I think that was the motivating force behind the brewery, was to get beer sales again and to get all the people we knew back together and have something to do, and music gigs, and basically feel human again.
The earthquakes, when we opened, we had everyone in here, from guys in high vis to mums with babies, and it was just a big mishmash of the community. One of the fun things working in here was introducing people to the beer. We've got people that come in for their real ales, and I had someone actually cry not that long ago. An English guy came in and he tried our best bitter, and he had tears in his eyes because it made him homesick. It's kind of nice when it's not just beer, it kind of means something to people.
Now we've got probably 80 staff in total, at least 15 to 20 just with the brewery business. And we've got some really good people that are really motivated and really passionate about our business and making it grow.
We have pretty amazing brewers, and they're all passionate about the kind of amazing beer styles they can come up with.
Well, I was over in the UK just recently, and people who'd never been never heard of us were coming and trying, particularly our milk stout, double cream milk stout, or other beers. And to get the reaction and the being blown away, it's really, really rewarding.
We've always got 6 fizzy beers, 3 real ales, and we've got permanently 2 ciders. Plus, add to that, there's a whole lot of one-off beers that we're always bringing along.
We have seasonal brews where we have to pick fresh hops, elderflowers for elderflower beer, which comes out about Christmas time. We also pick the berries later on in the year, and we turn it into a medicinal we make. We've got a farm down south of Christchurch, and the Steiner School gets involved picking apples. And Trudy, Pete's sister, makes beautiful cider for us. There's a lot of connections there. Cassels Sons is a family business in the true sense of the word. There's a lot of family members in it, and the business is run like a family. We squabble like we do in a family, and we have achievements like families do.
Everyone generally gets along pretty good, and we all know each other very well, and when you can be openly honest with each other, it helps the business grow.
And I really think what our branding has, which I don't know that many other brands have, is that our artwork is cut from a woodcut. It's printed on paper, and then we turn it into digital and we use it for our labels. My sister-in-law Hannah is employed. Now I'm employed, and eventually maybe our children will be employed. Yeah, hopefully they'll be brewing one day and they'll be selling beer. My eldest is 13, and I imagine pretty soon she'll be washing dishes. I was in here yesterday afternoon, and I think there was 3 of the Cassels family and about 10 kids, and people like that.
There is a great community here. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and we love it here.
It's like the bus, getting out doing events and being part of the community and supporting things we like.
We did a lot of river cleanups several times a year early on.
We lead the campaign really to clean this part of the Heathcote up. I guess that's what you do when you see yourself as a family business in a strong community like this. We're rooted in the community. We rely on the community relies on us. We are driven by quality, absolute quality and consistency.
Maintaining quality, I think that's paramount for me anyway, and to be able to give people an experience of what we think good quality beer is.
We have a really good core, loyal following of customers, and we have people who are discovering our beer.
Our beers are timeless, and we would like to think they'll be around in 100 years.